I have an idea. Hello there, Stormcloak Guard. Must have his fins up. Hey there, everybody. Hope you guys are having a good day. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving as well. Show us the fish as you wish. I will show you Little Blue. He's down in his anemone. He's just chilling. And there he goes. If you guys can see him all right. There's Little Blue. Big Blue Fish and I are just chilling together right now because, you know, my table set up as it is still geared for Thanksgiving. So he's just sitting here. Little Blue is just a fish, a happy fish and a good fish. We'll be feeding him after we get a couple more folks on stream. Speaking of which, I must notify a few friends that requested me to let them know. So how was your guys' Thanksgiving? Was it nice and happy? Hopefully. And for those who did not celebrate, I hope you had a great day regardless. I'm glad that you like him. Just a second, I must grab something very important. Okay, we're good to go. I'm glad you had a good Thanksgiving. Fair enough, Jemmy. This may be the maximum amount of people we get. However, that is more than fine, as just having some good pals is all we need sometimes, you know? Just try to see if I can get some more folks on. It's always a good time when we have a couple more folks online so we could have a more active audience. Oh, we got another person. We're gonna wait around another 40 seconds before we actually get started, just to let a couple more people stop by if they so wish. Big Blue Fish will chill over here. Fish equals awesome, indeed. All right, so it is just about time. So it's time to don upon the Fun Fish Friday hat, as usual. And let's feed Little Blue, shall we? All right, let's make sure that you guys can see Little Blue in all of his glory. I hope that big blue fish is comfy in here. I know little blue is comfy. All right. That looks good. Okay, so we will be feeding him Aqueon beta food. I feed him 4 pellets a day. They are very tiny pellets. 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening. As you can see, he recognizes that it is time to eat, so he is now rushing the top. Very excited. And these pellets are actually just a tiny bit too big for him. So what I do is I push them between my nails and cut them in half. There they are. You see them. So they are small enough for him to enjoy. Right, you're incoming. There's some more. And we will get his second pellet ready as he nibbles. Little bit, little bit. All right, let's cut this one in half. There you go. Yum, yum, yum. And let's cut this one just a little bit more. Just to be sure. Did you get it? There you go. Let's get the dust just a little bit. Enjoy. So there's Little Blue enjoying a delicious dinner meal. Just put the cap back on this so it doesn't spill. That would be awful if it did. So there's Little Blue chilling in his home. He's got his filter, his heater, his anemone, his gravel, and his rocks. I had to wash the rocks each by hand as they are not specifically fish rocks. And either way, I would have washed them each by hand. Surprisingly not. You've got to think about it. He isn't very big. A lot of his body mass comes from his fins. So he actually has a very small stomach. And those pellets, each of them, are about the size of his eye. And they don't fit in his mouth just individually. So you got to give him... So I cut them up with my fingernails so he could eat them all. And then I also give him 4 a day. He seems to be completely content. All manuals that I've read say that you feed him those size pellets that many times a day. And some people say I should feed him less, like people from the fish tank server that I'm on, that I'm partnered with for our Discord server. They say I should feed him only twice a day with 2 pellets a day. So, but I decided to go with the more generous food offerings because he seems to be really hungry. And if he wasn't continuing to rush the surface like he does when I'm feeding him, then I would give him less, or just as much until he stops eating. Well, stops eating as frantically. Because I don't want to overfeed him, of course, but I still want to give him enough. But yeah, you know. It is my final form Spaghetti. I've got big blue fish in my jacket. We were actually streaming in my room today as the Thanksgiving gear is all still downstairs at my usual spot. Well, overfeeding them, it does similar things to overfeeding a human. It makes them unhealthy. It slows down their immune system. It's just not good for them in general. And it can cause earlier death. So wow, that's impressive, Jimmy. Little Blue, I'm pretty sure, is fully grown. Beta fish are quite small fish. And he's supposed to live up to a maximum of like 5 or 6 years. He's a good little fish. Oh, he just found some more of the dust that fell to the ground, and he's nibbling on that a little bit. And he's also chilling in his anemone. Maybe we did. His name was Anchor. That's a cool name. I kind of came up with Little Blue's name on the spot as my parents brought him in and said, "Well, you have Big Blue Fish, and so here we have Little Blue Fish." And I love the name because he is a blue fish and he does have red tipped fins, so he fits in perfectly. So I named him Little Blue. Full name, Little Blue Fish. Can you confess? You most certainly can confess, as long as it is appropriate, and yeah, as long as it's appropriate and not too deep, because I'm not too great at answering that stuff live. Oh no! Did your parents not help you, or was it some other situation? Yeah, unless it's deep in the ocean, of course. I'm sorry to hear that, Stormcloak Guard. Taking care of fish is not as easy as you might think. People like to think that you just put them in water. Yep, overfeeding. People usually don't think that you can overfeed fish, but you surprisingly can. Well, of course it was an accident. I don't believe you'd purposefully do that. Taking care of fish is not easy as you like to think. I had to do a ton of research for Little Blue to make sure he got a proper home, a heater, filter, proper terrain environments to explore. Because fish need that type of stuff, believe it or not. They might not be the most smart or sentient creatures on Earth, but they still need some stuff. And so you got to give them what they can. Homer. That's a nice name. Oh, an albino suckerfish. I used to have different fish species when I was younger. We had them in a tank about the same size as Little Blues, maybe a little bit bigger. It's more my mom's hobby than anything, though. So that's besides the point. Do you guys have any fish-related questions or topics for discussion? We could kind of talk about anything, to be honest. What did you walk into? I'm just having big blue fish on standby. Andrew says I'm evil. Wow, Ollie. That's very. I can't believe I'm being attacked live by my own girlfriend. This is awful. I don't know what to say. Big blue fish, you must. This. I'm gonna put him like this so he can actually kind of like be chilling, you know? Oh, nice. You still got a sucker fish. I can't believe this. They've been called evil. It's not fair. Relationship problem explored. Oh, I don't think about that. I don't think so. Oh, I'm not planning on killing the messenger. I know Hanu has had it out for me ever since I decided to walk into your life instead of her. I know she's majorly jealous. Little sisters will be like that. Anyway, I got Big Blue Fish on my side. He knows what's up. And to answer your question, Bug, I hopefully will get a larger tank. But Little Blue is a beta fish, and beta fish prefer to be alone. Well, exposed by an 11-year-old, huh? Man, this really is a painful day for me. I can't believe this. I can't believe you done that. But back to what I was saying. Little Blue is a male, and male beta fish do not get along well together. And I do not want to breed the fish, so it is better to just keep a male beta fish alone, as they are not necessarily the most social fish. So yeah, they do fight a lot. They're carnivores, so they're actually somewhat violent towards each other. So it's better to just keep the little betas alone if they're male. However, Um, if you have two female betta fish, they get along somewhat well. However, I have a male betta fish, little blue, so they actually eat a lot of insect larvae, as they aren't really that big. They rely on a lot of insect larvae. Brine shrimp, I'm pretty sure is what they're called. They eat a lot of small living things. They live in Indonesia. They are freshwater fish, despite their beautiful colors. You might think that they're more saltwater. However, they are freshwater miniature carnivores. And I hope to get more fish, like I said, but maybe after Little Blue's moved on in a few years, or maybe if I get the funds, I could get another tank. However, that's pretty pricey, and I don't want to. Actually, that might be the most reasonable thing I could do. They are colorful, small, and interesting looking fish. And you don't need to have, yeah, you don't need to have a lot of them. However, they do require certain things to keep them safe. They need, um, you know, warm waters between 75 and 80 degrees. They also need their water treated. They do need plants. However, the plants that I ordered are not here quite yet. However, the plants mainly serve as kind of like a mangrove forest for them, more for exploration, not explanation. So the anemone that I have set out for him for now has served to be enough. He likes to hide around there. Not sure if Ollie Evergreen enjoys fish as much as I do. I don't know. I don't think she likes him as much as I do, to be honest. But she is an amazing girlfriend and supportive enough to come to these every once in a while. So I'm just extremely grateful for that. Even if she does expose me live due to her younger sister. Also, betta fish can eat plants. They are primarily carnivores, but technically, by definition, they are omnivores. So they can live off of plants. However, that will not sustain their bodies as long as meat or larvae based diets. So it's better to, if you're trying to give them plants, have both. Believe it or not, people on that fish tank server I'm on have their own mini ecosystems, self-sustaining. They have like worm cultures set up, like tons of different worm cultures and larvae cultures. It's crazy how good these guys are at self-sustaining little ecosystems. Like little, they breed. It's crazy. It really is cool. I hope to be able to get good enough to do that at someday, but I think for now, having Little Blue by my side is enough for me. Especially since I have so many other things going on in my life, preparing for college and all that. And Durka Durgan, my opinion on the bubble eye goldenfish or the bubble eye goldfish, they're pretty cool. I haven't seen too many, to be honest, or the ones that I have seen, I was not previously able to identify, as I was not as well versed in fish as I am now. However, I think that they're pretty cool. That is my opinion, at least. Little Blue's just chilling by his anemone. He loves that thing, and I'm very glad that he does. But man, let me tell you guys, hand washing each of those rocks was a pain because I was really worried about bacteria or debris getting into his water. So I put them through a strainer or a colander, and I washed them in the utility sink. I just kept washing them and washing them. And then I felt like that wouldn't be enough. So I took each rock and started rubbing them as hard as I could with my thumb, each rock, until I felt sure that they were completely germ free and debris free. I didn't do that to each blue pebble, as those were already washed. However, the not granite, the marble rocks that I got, those were not washed. Those are just from like a hardware store that my dad had previously gotten for another project, and he let me use some. So I made sure to wash those as much as I could. There's about like 30 or 40 rocks in there. Maybe not that many, but you know. Some facts about the moray eel, huh? I would love to. Moray eels are pretty vicious when it comes to other fish, and they are actually some of the apex predators in their environments, despite their reclusive looking nature. Because when you see them in zoos or on documentaries, you usually don't see them free swimming. You usually see them in a burrow that they make among rock, coral, or among other anemones and fish habitats. And they generally stay in their burrow with their head or body halfway out. However, they are actually pretty good predators. They will kind of scan their environment from their burrow, and when a large school of fish or some easy prey comes by, they will go out for the kill. They have very sharp teeth, and despite that, they are actually somewhat peaceful around humans. They are more curious to things that are larger than them than aggressive. They're not extremely territorial when it comes to larger creatures in while they're free swimming. However, they are somewhat aggressive when it comes to anything coming towards its burrow. Crab on my head, a living being. No, this is more of an idol type thing, you know? As it was the model for my birthday cake as well, my 18th birthday cake. Bug asks, what do I do in my pastime, Mr. Mike? I text my girlfriend a lot. I watch TV, YouTube, Netflix, Hulu. I will just chill, watch Little Blue, think. Um, I build a lot of stuff. Like today, I just built our annual gingerbread houses. I think it was my best design yet, to be honest. Um, yeah, I like to build a lot of different things, whether it be painting or building Warhammer, or I recently got into the old Legos and just built like a couple of fun things from like the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Um, I play video games. Today, I just started my first playthrough through Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I am loving it so far. I love open world games, loot based games. It's my type of game. A lot of fun so far. I only just got to the part where you rob the Cyclops, not the literal Cyclops, the gang leader or bandit leader. Legos are cool. I'm a big fan of them. Always have been. I like to go on hikes, but I've kind of had to tone that down a bit since COVID. I live right next to a park, and unfortunately, not not many people wear their masks. So I try to go when it's empty. I will never play Genshin Impact. No offense, but gacha games are not for me. Well, a lot of gacha games. I am sadly a large fan of what do you call it? AFK Arena. I know that's gotten kind of a lame rap recently, even because Markiplier was in it. However, I do enjoy the game. I also am a big fan of Raid Shadow Legends. Well, I used to be. I got really good at it, mainly because I won one of their giveaways and I got like a free battle pass and a ton of free stuff. And then because of that, I started playing it more often. And yeah, I play quite a few mobile games. I'm not sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, and until I get some sort of charity link live stream set up or charity donation stream set up, I'm not going to be accepting any sponsors. Welcome back, Jimmy. We're going to be ending the stream in just a couple minutes on the 30-minute mark. So ask any further questions if you'd like, or topics of conversation, and then we'll wrap things up for the night. A happy Fun Fish Friday. Welcome, Captain Jimmy. Indeed. Well, hello there, Peter. Welcome to the last few minutes of the stream. If you have any fish questions or topics of conversation, ask away. We have a good 6 people live right now. 4 likes on the stream. Thank you very much, guys. My least favorite fish, I have said this a million times, and I'll keep on saying it till the end of my days. The lionfish. They are the worst. They're just killing the ecosystem, invasive, very few natural predators, territorial, destructive to the environment, as well as the ecosystem. They're just lame fish. You're invading all sorts of habitats. Well, thanks for stopping by, Level Up. It's always good to see a familiar face. Very true, Bug. Yeah, lionfish aren't the best fish. Still a bit uncertain of how they managed to migrate so far. Same to leave the building for me too, in just about an hour and a half. Friday we'll be leaving the building. Sad times. Well, Fun Fish Friday is leaving the building as well. So I think we're going to wrap up the stream unless somebody's got one last question. Going once. Going twice. And sold. Okay. Yes, I do like fish, Bug. Most certainly. All right. So hope you guys had a great Fun Fish Friday and a great Thanksgiving. And for those who did not celebrate, I just hope you had a great day yesterday, regardless. So hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Feel free to leave suggestions anytime. So you guys know the drill. Reach out if you want to talk. Ask questions. Leave suggestions. See you guys tomorrow. And goodbye, fishy friends. Good night, guys.